Hello and welcome to Juris Edge Academy's YouTube channel. We'll be talking about how to crack CLAT PG 2024 only in 90 days. Now that you have your exam on 3rd December 2023, you have approximately 90 to 95 days to prepare for this exam. So in this video, we are going to discuss what is the right strategy of doing that and how to finish your entire syllabus, including case laws, in the span of 90 days. So with the right strategy, you can definitely crack CLAT PG. Although CLAT PG does have a very detailed syllabus now, but it is not impossible to crack in 90 days, especially if you are somebody who already has a good knowledge of basic laws that you have read in your LLB. So let's see how you need to prepare for this. So before even starting your preparation, it's very important to have the right strategy. So first of all, before doing anything, analyze previous year papers, especially papers from CLAT 2020 onward, because this is the time when the new pattern was released. So CLAT 2020 to 2023, these previous year papers you should analyze first to see what kind of questions they are asking. Then make a list of subjects that have to be covered. The syllabus can be found on the CLAT's website. Then you need to make a schedule for covering your basic subjects first. So you don't have to read any bulky commentaries, just buy a LLM guide, and if you have your own notes, you can also refer to those. Make a schedule for covering the basics of all these subjects in the next 45 days. So in your 90-day preparation, you have to reserve the first 45 days only to covering the basic concepts of these subjects. Because when you will look at the previous year papers, you will realize that even though they do ask recent cases, but even from those recent cases, they are asking the basic conceptual understanding. Now let's see what to do next. So then you have to pay more attention to frequently asked subjects. So when you will analyze the papers, you will see that there are a couple of subjects which are asked every year, and then there are some areas which are very infrequently asked. So you have to focus more on the subjects that have 100% certainty of being asked. Next, make weekly and monthly deadlines for yourself and stick to those. So now let's see what are these frequently tested areas. So around 65 to 70% and even more of the paper will be from the following subjects that you are seeing on your screen. Constitutional and administrative law will always be asked in bulk. Jurisprudence and PIL are also consistent, so they will also be asked. Criminal law have become recently important. Even in the sample paper that CLAT PG has released, they have given the passage on criminal law. So criminal law includes Indian Penal Code, Evidence Act and CRPC, all three of these. Of course, your strategy has to be more refined. You don't have to read all these subjects in very detail, but criminal law, including all these three subjects, will be asked in CLAT PG. Next is commercial law. So in commercial laws, contract law and the basics of company law are also very important and very frequently tested. And lastly, family law. So if you cover these subjects first, your 65 to 70% of the syllabus will be done. And after that, you can also read some other subjects like intellectual property law, environmental law, torts or labor law. Now please realize that these subjects have to be covered in very brief because IPR is very huge and you can't cover it entirely. So you just have to know the basics of all the kinds of IPR that are there and some important sections for that. Briefly, you also have to cover environmental law. Torts is also something which can be done very easily. It's not that vast and it has to be done in brief. And labor law is optional. If you have the time, you can read some summary of important developments in this field. Otherwise, you can skip this subject altogether. Now we do have an announcement. We have two books releasing, CLAT PG mockbook and CLAT PG casebook. You can buy both of them. You can visit our website. The link is in the description as well as on your screen. So you can pre-order them now and they will be very helpful because they will help you practice questions and they will also cover your recent judgments. Now coming to the last 45-day preparation. So the first 45 days have to be about the basics. The last 45 days are to be all about revision, mock test and reading recent judgments. So in the last 45 days, you only have to focus on revising your basics again and again, especially of the 6 important subjects that we saw. Then you have to read important recent cases for the last at least 1.5 year. Read only the summary. As long as you can answer the facts, issues and judgment of a case, that much is sufficient. Third is solving mock tests every week because mock tests will help you answer these cases, answer these questions on recent judgments, as well as they will get you in the practice of solving questions, which will also increase your speed ultimately. Now let's see what to avoid. So of course, when we are preparing, there are a couple of mistakes that all of us do. So firstly, you have to understand that you need not focus on too many resources to prepare. The first mistake is referring too many resources and having too many books from which you are reading the same topic again and again. Only refer to one LLM guide or your own notes if you have, and only stick with that. Stick with only one good resource for revising your basics. Next is undermining importance of practice questions. So practice questions are very important because when you're practicing so many questions, the chances of something being asked in the exam is very high. Third is not analyzing your mock test performance. So if you're taking mock tests, if you're taking all these questions, and if you're not analyzing what are the mistakes that you're doing, what are the questions in which you are getting negative marks and why, if you don't analyze this, you will not be able to improve upon your performance. So always analyze your mock test performance and also compare it with how you are doing it with other people. So these are some of the tips with which you can crack CLAT PG surely in 90 days. If you have any questions, you can comment them below. If you like this video, please like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.